Oi girls and boys and everything in between, it's Ace Trainer Liam and welcome to another episode of Form Fight. Form Fight is a series where we take a look at a Pokemon with more than one form or a branched evolution or a counterpart Pokemon. We have a look at the differences between those Pokemon and try and work out which one is the best. And so we can see these Pokemon in action on the battlefield. We also have a Metronome battle between the Pokemon that we're talking about just for a little bit of fun. If you're a fan of the Form Fight series and you're ready for more, make sure you hit the like button, show your appreciation for this series, and of course, make sure you subscribe if you're new with notifications on so that you never miss an episode. But with all that out of the way, let's take a look at today's challenges. Today we're going to be looking at the two forms of Blaziken, which are Blaziken and Mega Blaziken. Now when you have a Blaziken in your party, it will always be in its normal form. However, a Blaziken holding Blazikenite will be able to Mega Evolve into Mega Blaziken during a battle and will remain that way for the remainder of that battle. But what makes these two Pokemon so different? Let's take a look. According to the Pokedex, both forms of Blaziken stand at 1.9 meters tall and both weigh 52.0 kilograms. They both share a Pokedex entry which reads, "In battle, Blaziken blows out intense flames from its wrists and attacks foes courageously. The stronger the foe, the more intensely this Pokemon's wrists burn. Blaziken has incredibly strong legs. It can easily clear a 30-story building in one leap. This Pokemon's blazing punches leave its foes scorched and blackened." Looking at them appearance-wise, Blaziken is a tall humanoid bird creature with taloned claws for hands and red and yellow fur, whereas Mega Blaziken has red and black fur and a little bit more decoration, as well as actual flames bursting from its wrists kind of at all times. In their shiny forms, regular Blaziken's head and chest fur turns to a more brilliant white, and the red and yellow on its legs become more intense. Mega Blaziken's red areas turn to a more orange colour, and its white areas turn to a more yellowish colour. Now let's take a look at the typing, weaknesses and resistances of these Pokemon forms. This will be fairly quick since both these Pokemon are dual type fire and fighting type Pokemon, which makes them weak to flying, ground, water and psychic type attacks. Both these Pokemon resist bug, steel, fire, grass, ice and dark type moves, and neither of these Pokemon have any immunities. Now let's take a look at the stats and abilities of these Pokemon forms. Regular Blaziken does have great stats, as is to be expected of a starter Pokemon, boasting decent defenses and HP, pretty good speed, as well as fantastic attack and special attack, making it adaptable to various situations. Ability-wise, its primary ability is Blaze, which powers up Blaziken's fire-type moves when its HP falls below a third of maximum. As always, these abilities are great on paper and during story mode, but they're not something worth building your Blaziken around. If your whole strategy hinges on you losing 2/3 of your HP, you need to go home and rethink your life. Its hidden ability is Speed Boost, and this is the perfect ability for this Pokemon. It raises Blaziken's speed by 1 stage at the end of every turn. It's an incredible ability that allows Blaziken to invest more power in its fantastic offensive stats, giving even more chance to get the jump on an opponent with every passing turn. The only time this ability falls flat is if Trick Room is in effect. As for Mega Blaziken, it gets a small boost to its defense and special defense, a moderate increase to its special attack and speed, and a huge increase in physical attack. This makes Mega Blaziken even more menacing than its non-Mega counterpart because it can hit harder and it can hit a lot faster. Mega Blaziken only gets one ability and oh look, it's Speed Boost! As I said before, this is just the perfect ability for this Pokemon and for getting the most out of this Pokemon. Mega Blaziken's opponents should beware. Now it's time for me to decide which of these two Pokemon forms I prefer, and come on. It's a no-brainer, isn't it? I don't even have to describe this one. This is Mega Blaziken. Why would you pick Blaziken in a world where Mega Blaziken exists? Mega Blaziken is the same type as Blaziken. It has improved stats, including, and not limited to, speed, special attack, and a little bit more extra bulk on it as well. It has the same ability as Blaziken, because if you're using Blaziken, you're an idiot, so you'd only ever use Speed Boost Blaziken, but you might as well use Mega Blaziken because it has Speed Boost as well. It makes no sense to use the non-Mega. Like, at this point, regular Blaziken is redundant. The only reason you'd even have regular Blaziken in your party is to hold a Mega Stone and Mega Evolve into Mega Blaziken. I don't know. Tell me I'm wrong. But of course, it's not just up to me, it's up to you guys to decide which of these two forms of Blaziken is your favorite. And of course, before you do that, it's time to see these Pokemon on the battlefield. It's time for the Metronome battle. Before we get started, I will point out these Pokemon have max IVs in all stats, 0 EVs in all stats. They're not holding any items. They're the same type. The only advantage or disadvantage any of these Pokemon get comes from their base stats. Everything else is all up to the Metronome. Let's go. Here we go, it's time. It's the battle of the burning chickens. It's Mega Blaziken versus Blaziken. Let's call KFC. We've had an escape. I don't know. They're chickens. What do you want to do? They're on fire. Right, here we go. The Mega Team is the faster of the two, so they're going to always move first unless their speed is reduced at any point. We see Bind coming out from Shiny Mega Blaziken onto Shiny Regular Blaziken to start things off. That's going to be doing some bind damage at the end of every turn for that poor Shiny Blaziken there. Regular Mega follows up with Super Sonic, going to confuse Regular Blaziken there. That's not good for the Blaziken team. You don't want to be confused on turn 1. Never a great idea. Will it affect this Blaziken? It will not. Shakes off the confusion straight away and goes for Whirlwind, which is going to fail, of course, because nobody can be switched out of this battle because they're just teams of 2. Shiny Blaziken follows up with a Hyper Voice. That is going to hit both opponents there. That's going to do a decent amount of damage, actually. I was expecting it to do a little bit less, but there's that bind damage on that Shiny Regular Blaziken. And here's the speed boost. Get ready for this, ladies and gents, because this is going to happen 4 times at the end of every turn until we've had 6 turns, unless anybody's speed gets reduced in the meantime. 4 speed boosts for 4 quickie chickies, I reckon. That was terrible, but let's move on and pretend it never happened. Comment down below, hashtag quickie chickies. Here's a licky for the chickie. Oh god, this is dreadful. From Shiny Mega Blaziken, as Regular Mega Blaziken follows up with a Poison Fang. There was no paralysis and no poison on that turn from the Lick and the Poison Fang respectively. Snapping out of confusion, going for Powder Snow is Regular Blaziken. Tiny bit of damage there on both the opposing Blaziken, but gets a freeze on the Regular Mega. That's amazing. Regular Mega is now unable to move until it thaws out. That's fantastic. Shiny Blaziken follows up with Glaciate. It doesn't hit one of the Megas, but it does hit the Shiny Mega there, my goodness, and drops the speed there. That's interesting. Will that make the Shiny Mega Blaziken slower than the rest of the Blazikens? Well, here's the speed boost, so everybody's speed's going up 1 stage anyway. It's just one Mega is slightly behind the rest of the Pokemon in this battle. My goodness, though, that freeze was a clutch play by the Regular Blaziken team. Is that going to affect the outcome of this battle? Is that taking away the advantage in base stats that the Megas have? Well, that Mega ain't moving. So what's going to happen here? It does make the Shiny Mega slower, that drop in speed. That's brilliant. Fury Attack coming out. 1 hit on the Frozen Mega, 2 hits on the Frozen Mega. How will Regular Blaziken follow up on this? This is a fantastic battle with a Freeze Dry. My goodness, all the Ice-type moves. It's not very effective, but it's still doing decent damage there, bringing Regular Mega down to less than half HP. It's a sitting duck right now, even though it's a chicken. Pain Split from Mega Blaziken, but that's such a bad idea, Shiny Mega, because you just gave a bit of HP to your opponent and took some off yourself. But there's the bind damage and the speed boost for everybody at the end of this turn. Everybody's just getting that little bit faster, but unfortunately, that Shiny Mega Blaziken is 1 step behind, even with the speed boost. It's going to take it a while to get powered back up to be able to move on the same at the same time as its partner. And the fastest Pokemon on the field is still frozen. How unfortunate. Here comes Shiny Blaziken going for Nuzzle. It's on the Regular Mega. It's not going to paralyze because the freeze is in play. That's an interesting thing to happen. Sacred Fire coming out from Regular Blaziken onto Regular Mega, almost knocking it out. It's a fire type move, so it will thaw it out though, which means if it would have been ahead, we could have got the paralysis, but didn't. But there's aromatherapy, so the paralysis would have been removed anyway, technically, and so would the freeze. That's very interesting, that turn. But here's all the speed boosts again after that bind damage. It's not looking good for Shiny Regular Blaziken right now, though. It is sitting there with 49 HP, not in the best of positions, and now that the Mega no longer has that freeze on, is able to move freely and actually attack, that's going to make things very, very interesting. Here comes Mega, finally able to use a move once again. What's it going to do? Goes for Hyper Voice on. Obviously it's going to hit both opponents, just like earlier on. Oh, Shiny Regular Blaziken just survives. What's Shiny Mega going to do? Goes for Explosion. So whoever is the last remaining Pokemon on the field is the winner of this battle. That is the rule. That is the way the game works. So that's the way we're going with. Don't fight me in the comments because you'll be wrong. So the Megas are down. Both the Megas are down, which means the regulars of the Pokemon standing. The last Pokemon standing is a Regular Blaziken, which means that the Regular Blaziken have won this battle. That was a fantastic end turn where the Megas just threw the victory away. So well done for lasting, Regular Blaziken. You did great. So you've heard what I've got to say, you've seen these Pokemon on the battlefield, but now it's time for you to make your decision. Which of these two forms of Blaziken is your favorite? Is it Blaziken? Bet it isn't. Or is it Mega Blaziken? Let me know in the comments and explain to me why your pick is the absolute best. And if you've picked regular Blaziken, please give me a really good reason as to why you'd pick that, because what? But of course, that'll wrap it up for another edition of Form Fight. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you let me know by hitting the like button, otherwise how am I going to know? And of course, subscribe so you never miss an episode. If you'd like to support the channel like these lovely people down here do, you can do so via Patreon. That's patreon.com/AceTrainerLiam. But until next time, I'm Ace Trainer Liam. Keep on training.